Right then, so let's introduce you to Planet PE. So Planet PE is our one-stop shop for everything for GCSE PE, particularly for the edexcel syllabus. So if we have a look at the different features that are available on our app, it might help you to make a decision whether to try it and how you might use it best. So if I look at this bottom corner down here, we have our podcasts. Now we have 45 minutes worth of podcasts on our app, each of them about different topics, some of them in more than one topic. So if you have a look, we've got 2 here for the 1.1.2 unit, and we've got 3 I think for the 1.2.1 along the way. So look at things like this. That each of them have got content on there that are going to help you to try and revise better. Maybe look at things from a different perspective of how your teacher might have shown you. But the whole point of it is that rather than just reading all the time, just gives you a slightly different way to revise. So with the podcasts, if we have a look at something like drugs in sport, if I was to click it,
in this next podcast, we're going to look at performance enhancing and recreational drugs.
You start to hear them play.
So in some of the previous
So if I then come back out of it, now you might have been listening to all those podcasts on that 1.2.1 topic, and you might want to try and test your knowledge. So to do that, what we do is we go down to this one here, and on there you see that we've got different unit tests. Now on the unit tests, we can see that there's one for each of the different topics as we go through the course. So if we look at that one for 1.2.1, then the first question there is about drugs in sport. So it asks us what performance enhancing drug has been used to mask the presence of other drugs. So it gives you 4 options. So if I just click one of them at random, so diuretics, because I know that's the correct one, I can see that it changes colour. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's right or wrong, it just changes colour to show that you've selected one. So if I was to then go through and just randomly press ones as I went through, I could see at the end that after those 10 questions, that so 8 questions on this one, sorry, I can check my answers, and I showed that I got 12% correct. Now if I then come out of that again and go into here, I can see that my attempt on there shows me that I got 88% of the questions wrong, because they're red. Obviously as it goes above 50%, it will then show you how many you get correct. So for each of the different things, you can see that I've not actually attempted these because I've reset it to show you guys today. So if I go into this one, I see I have a glossary of terms. Now key terms are really important for GCSE PE because they often indicate in a question what you need to be asking or what you should be telling the examiner, so you can be really successful. So things like, I don't know, the different body types, so we have ectomorphs and endomorphs, or different somatotypes. It's really important that you get them correct because they're 2 different terms, and it's really important that you're not confused by them. So I could go in here and I could give myself a glossary of terms quiz, and this is randomised from all the different terms that go through the course. So I could say, this one for instance here, that was a somatotype, individuals with wide shoulders and narrow hips, and they're characterised by muscularity. Now that's the 3rd somatotype that wasn't on that first one. So you could learn all those different terms and then really test yourself. Now this is randomised each time, so if I go back into it again, I see that I have different questions again. So as I go through, and again I can check my answers as I work through. So I could check in here and it'll tell me as I've gone through if they're correct or not. So if I come out of that again, we've also got unit tests. So for the end of each test, we have a unit test that we can take that go through all of the different topics throughout the course. So just at random, I go at the first one, and again the answers shift around, so you don't just learn them just to where they are. So you actually have to think about what you're doing. Now there's lots of questions for each of these different topics. Now if you're coming up to a mock exam or the end of year 11 maybe, you might want to test yourself against everything that's in the course. So with this one, we have an exam practice. So again, it's 10 randomised questions, but they're different each time. So you have an infinite amount of combinations that you could have for each of the things. So if I go in again you see that it's different. Go back in again, it's different again. So it's randomised each time. So if you want to get a hold of our app, you post a link at the bottom so you can see we can get it on iTunes, you can get it on Google Play, and also you can visit us at planet_PE on Twitter. So I hope it all goes well for you and enjoy the app. Any feedback or comments would be fantastic just at the bottom, and it'd be great to hear from you.